What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. We are here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Tuesday, June 18th. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter, casino host, and also proprietor of this podcast where I bring individuals on to talk about their why into what they do and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a special guest that's coming on with me today. Her name is Laci Michelle. She is the co-host of the Lacedupxpodcast, where she focuses on Texas sports, Texas Longhorn sports, so the University of Texas sports. She's also a contributor talking about Texas sports as well. So she's a fellow podcaster. So I'm going to get to talk to her about her why, of how she started her podcasting, how she got into sports, get to know her outside of her podcasting, ask her some fun questions, and just vibe with her a little bit. So without any further ado, I introduce you the talented, the beautiful Laci Michelle. Hello, Laci. How we doing? Hi, Laci. How we doing? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Okay.
What's
It's a
up?
little, what's up with you? How you doing?
We got there eventually. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. It is wonderful to see your face. You look absolutely lovely today, by the way. Just want to say that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No question. Thank you for coming on to my podcast. Work hard, play harder. How's your week starting off so far?
It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I don't work until a little bit later. So we're doing good. I'm
Okay.
it's been a week. I'm gonna be honest. I've had the past couple of days off, so I've just been kind of all over the place, but it is
Wow.
what it is.
Okay. It's only Tuesday, my girl. I mean, we
Yeah,
still got a few more days left in the week.
I
Okay.
know. I
Okay.
know. I just got
I
to get
feel
through
it.
the week.
I feel it. I feel that. Okay. So before I start getting into this podcast and start peppering you with some questions, I want to reiterate to you why I wanted to bring you on real quick. I know you do a laced up podcast where you primarily focus on Texas sports, Texas Longhorn sports, University of Texas. As you see, I got the Houston hat on. So I'm trying to rep for Texas out there because I do love, I have a brother in Houston and I have affinity for Houston and
Hmm.
Texas in general. So I know you
Yeah.
podcast. I know you love sports. I'm a sports journalist, so I love
Hmm.
talking to people who are in sports. I love talking to people about their why they do what they do, and of course, we're going to talk some Texas Longhorns football on here, and just get to know you a little bit because I've seen you tweet all over the tweet all over Twitter about Texas baseball, softball, football, all that. So that's why I wanted to bring you on here.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. It's like I said, it's a refreshing. Do I hold on, pause. Sorry. Do I sound weird or is that just me?
Yeah, you sound like you got some auto tune. That's for
Okay,
sure.
hold on 1 second.
That's okay. That's all right. We good. Hey, I don't mind you talking like T-Pain the whole interview. That's fine. If you want to do some auto tune, that's fine.
I have no clue what's going on. Is that better?
Yeah, that's absolutely better. It's great.
That's
Okay.
better. Okay.
Yeah, it
That
sounds better.
sounded insane. I was
Uh,
like, what the hell is going on? Sorry.
you know what? That's okay. Technology sometimes we roll with it. That's what's up. So my first question to you, Lace, is what is your why? Why did you get into podcasting? Number one. What
Hmm.
is your why of getting into sports? Was it a role model? Was it a certain show that you listened to that made, oh, I want to start something? Like, what is your why of getting into podcasting slash sports?
Honestly, I feel like for me, it was all just about representation. I feel like I watched so many different Texas podcasts. I was really getting into the recruiting side of things. I was really getting into following recruiting, following football, following everything that's been going on behind the scenes as well, and just really getting a lot deeper into the Texas fandom, I guess, just for myself. Um, and while doing that, I noticed there aren't very many Texas women. There aren't very many women out here sitting here talking about Texas sports, Texas football, softball, baseball, basketball, whatever the case may be. Like there aren't very many women doing it. So I love to talk. I can have a conversation with anybody. I love like I don't have a problem talking. I have a lot of opinions. I have a lot of thoughts. I'm pretty outspoken with my opinions and my thoughts. So it all just kind of made sense for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just became kind of an outlet. I started my podcast originally a year ago, and it started off very, very, very slow. I was going through a very hard time personally at the time, and so it was just kind of like whenever I had the time or whenever I felt like it, I just kind of would use it as, like I said, just kind of an outlet. I would use it as a way to just
Therapeutic,
kind
almost.
of, yeah, just kind of just get my mind off of things, get me talking about something that I actually enjoy talking about, something that makes me happy, something that makes me smile, something that
Sure.
meant something to me. So it started out that way. And then the, I guess, most recent edition of Laced Up, like what we do every single week, started because I'm in a bunch of different group chats. I kind of have built a little bit of a loyal little base on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, but
Sure. Sure.
I've built a little community over there and everything. So I've been able to meet a bunch of different people. And one of the guys over at Inside Texas, his name is Coach Charlie Williams, Coach Dub. He is a former offensive analyst over or from UNLV.
Okay.
And recently he was there last season, moved back to Texas to be home with his girls, with his family and everything. So he was able to hop on over at Inside Texas and is a recruiting analyst over there. I'm in a separate little group chat over on Twitter. I'm in a separate little group chat with him, and he saw one of my podcast episodes. He saw one of my TikToks, and he was like, what are we doing? Like, I want to sit and do my own thing. I want, like, obviously I love being over at Inside Texas and everything, but I want a place to where I can talk some ball and just be myself, where it's not really a job, where we can just
Absolutely.
sit and kind of like shoot the shit and just kind of like talk about things that obviously people are going to care about as Texas fans, but just make it more personal, make it more comfortable, make it less
Sure.
like, oh, today we're talking about 5-star, blah, 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 blah. Like all of that is fun. All of that is cool. Everybody loves hearing from things like that. But one of the feedbacks that we've gotten that has been one of my favorites is that we make people feel comfortable, like families, the past couple of interviews and everything that we've had families come on. We like, parents have followed me. Parents have reached out to me and been like, hey, love your podcast. Like, we'd love to come on. We'd love to, sit and have these conversations with you, blah, 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 blah. So it's obvious we are hitting a different level of vulnerability with people.
Okay.
And I don't know if that is just in the way that we act, the way that we just kind of banter back and forth and we just kind of do what we do. But that has been one of my favorite things throughout this whole thing, is just the feedback and stuff that you get, so
Absolutely.
that's kind of why I started. Was it kind of started out as therapeutic. It kind of started out as a place where I could just go and have fun, just kind of talk shit, do my own thing, laugh, joke, whatever.
I
um
love it.
but then now it's actually kind of built into something where I can actually possibly see a future if I continue, building and doing what I got to do to just continue to just keep getting better. So it started out as just shits and gigs, I guess. I
No,
think everything a lot of people do kind of starts out as just like having fun and goofing off and being like, oh, this is actually kind of cool.
absolutely. You kinda just want to be able to find a platform where you can kind of advocate your opinion, like you said, where it's not really monitored or it's not really like, you just kind of want to talk about what you want to talk about, which is
Yeah.
great. Now I know you focus on Texas Longhorns as far as the base of what you focus on, but do you focus on like talk about other sports, maybe like NFL or NBA or professional or something like that, or do you just stick to Texas and sports? That's it.
No, we talk about a little bit of everything. Like when the Caitlin Clark situation with the NBA or with the WNBA was going on, I mean,
Hmm.
obviously it's still continuing. It's going to continue to be a thing. It just is what it is.
Sure,
But whenever that kind of originally started, we obviously that was something that we wanted to cover because one of the things that, as a woman that recognizes my position and recognizes that there aren't very many women that are trying to do this in the Texas space, recognizing all of that, it means so much to me as a human being to really uplift and embrace all of women's sports just in general and all of the talk
sure,
that's happening around women's sports right now. Um, it's a great time for women in athletics and sports right now. It's women are being talked about more than I don't even know if women's sports and female sports in general have been talked about like this.
it hasn't.
Like
Not to
the
this
pedestal that,
consistency.
and that's the thing is it's not even just the WNBA.
Right.
Texas and OU faced off in the Women's College World Series National Championship Series, and that got over 2 million viewers.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
women's sports is just absolutely booming right now, and as a woman in sports, you would be absolutely silly and goofy not to just be so proud and just be so excited and to uplift and put that on a pedestal as much as possible. And I know for Coach Dub, my co-host, he has 2 young daughters. So uplifting and talking about women's sports and creating that representation as well for his girls is super important to him. So I think that's just kind of why it works with us because we understand why each other want to go down this path. Like we have a really good understanding of where we want to be and where we can see ourselves and where like our goals,
Sure. Sure.
so
Absolutely.
I think it's just super exciting. And I think like I said, as a woman, it's one of those things that I'd be dumb not to talk about it. Like it's
No,
why would I not embrace that? Like
right.
as an up and coming sports podcasters, sportscaster, whatever you want to whatever you want to call me. I'm just me. But like
I feel it.
whatever
I
you want
feel
to
it.
call me, like
That's what's up. No, it's good to really talk about it now. It's good to get the recognition now. These have been some incredible athletes from before. I mean, they
mhm,
haven't really changed. It's just great to get the recognition that they finally get
mhm,
now for sure.
yeah.
Do you live in Austin or do you live in another city in Texas?
No, I do. I'm currently in the homeland
Okay,
in the
Austin,
great city of Austin. Yes.
got you, got you. I've never been to Austin before. I do have an Austin question later on in the podcast for sure. Talking to Laci Michelle on my Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. Did you go to the University of Texas? And if not,
Yes,
okay, so you did. So
I did.
was there any other school that could have persuaded you from going to the University of Texas?
No.
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
submitted one application.
wow, okay,
I
mm,
will say I did go on a tour of another school,
okay,
but I went on the tour. I went and saw it. It was much more of like my parents' vibe than my vibe. I'm gonna be completely
right,
honest.
right,
It was much more small school in the it it was just kind of like smaller school in the middle of nowhere, kind of East Texas or West. I guess it's West Texas, but or
right.
I don't know. I actually have no clue where that is. So let me not. I don't know my
What,
cardinal
what was the,
directions.
what was
So
the school's name? What was the school name?
Tarleton. I don't know
Oh,
if I don't
Oh
know if
boy.
a lot of people know where that is or what that
No.
is. So
I do know what it is, but I don't know where it is. No.
exactly. So it's like, I don't know, but I did go and tour, and that's much more my parents' vibe, and my parents loved like I loved it as well. It was very cool. It was in the A&M system. If you're making that kind of correlation, like
Okay.
put it that way.
So Baylor didn't
So
have a chance. Texas Tech didn't have a chance.
no,
No. Okay. All right. I just
no,
want to make sure. Like I
no.
totally understand because Rice didn't have a chance. Houston didn't have a chance.
I
Okay.
submitted one college application. I didn't even
Wow.
I went on a tour to Tarleton. I didn't even submit an application to Tarleton because Texas was the only really big school that I was interested in going that I was ever interested in going to. I
Mhm.
it was never something that I was like, I want to move across the country for college. It was never like I never had any like big dreams of college outside of Texas.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
so it was just one of those things that the application for UT was, I think, like December 1st, when most normal college applications are due. I mean, at the time, they were due probably around like March, April
Okay.
ish.
Okay. Okay.
And
Now,
so
go ahead.
I got my acceptance letter to UT before I had even tried to start submitting applications anywhere else. And
Okay.
my mom straight up told me, she was like, if you know that that's where you want to go, if you know that that's what where you want to, where you can see yourself, if that's what you want to do, don't
Mhm.
make me waste any more money on any college applications.
I
She was
feel
like,
that.
just do it. Like,
Right.
we don't need to do all the back and forth, just do it. And I was like, okay, say
I
less.
love it. I love it. Okay. When did you graduate from Texas?
2017.
I love that. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Now, mind you, this next questions here are going to be some favorite questions. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, you just tell me the 411 off the rip and let me know what some of your favorite things are based upon these questions. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous.
You should be a little bit.
I'm an anxious person. I
I
get
feel
anxiety.
I feel it. But you know what? I'm always going to have you in a good space, good headspace. I'm never going to
Okay.
do nothing, never going to do
Okay.
nothing to trick you. Okay. So here we go.
Okay.
All right, let's rock. Favorite meal you like to cook?
I make a really good Cajun chicken pasta. It's a
Oh,
Cajun chicken Alfredo. It's yeah, it's pretty good. It's one of
okay.
those meals that my mom told me anytime she makes it. This is one that I hang my hat on this so hard. My mom told me that anytime she makes it, she's like, it's just not the same. It's one of those meals
Okay. Now
that I'm like, hey,
you do know if I do come out there to Austin, I might have to try that, right?
yeah,
Well,
it's pretty
I'm gonna have to
good.
do that. I'm gonna have to
It's
do
pretty
that.
good.
Okay. We off to a good start.
Yeah.
That sounds damn good. Okay. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Ooh. Okay. Honestly, probably a Hoodie Allen concert that I went to with one of my best friends. I was in, what, I think it was like our freshman year in college ish, something like that, like towards
Okay.
the end of our freshman year in college. And we were obsessed with Hoodie Allen, like absolutely obsessed.
I don't know who that
Listen
is.
to, yeah, he just a little white rapper, like it just,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I still jam to it now because I'm just like, it's like nostalgic, but I look back on it and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I do. Hoodie Allen. Okay. Now I do know y'all have quite Austin City festival or Austin City like big time festival y'all have in the city of Austin.
ACL.
Yeah, no, the Austin
Hmm.
City Limits, right?
Yep.
I do want to go to one of those. One of those are on the bucket list because
Never been.
they always be banging out there with the
I've
art.
never been. And I
Okay.
am so upset at myself because if you get the chance, go and look up the ACL lineups from 2013 to 2017 whenever I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
Do yourself a favor. Hold up. I need this to happen right now because I need you to see the freaking lineups that I missed out on
Well, I
just
mean, I'm
because I didn't
sure.
go. No, it
I'm,
was like freaking it was like Drake, Eminem, The Weeknd, Red Hot Chili Peppers,
what the hell was you
like
doing? Why didn't you go?
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, probably because I always thought about Texas OU because Texas OU was always around that
Mm,
time.
okay.
Like
Okay.
Texas OU always falls on one of the ACL weekends.
Okay. I
And
got you.
so I was always super preoccupied with Texas OU. I never even thought. But now I'm so mad at myself.
Listen,
I'm
we're gonna
so
have to
mad at
put
myself. And
right now. We're
like
declaring
I
it.
honestly I am a okay, I'm not a fraud because obviously I like went to Texas, love Texas,
Right.
welcome. Like,
Right.
but I'm low key kind of a fraud because I haven't been to Texas OU either.
Okay. So here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're gonna declare this on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, Laci. Two things we're declaring. Number one, the both of us is gonna be going to Austin City Limits. I don't know when, but
Okay.
we're gonna declare it.
I
Okay.
need to look at the lineups because the
Yeah.
lineups haven't been hitting like that. So
I understand, but at some point we're gonna go. We're gonna go there because you can't say next time I talk to you and it swings around. I don't want to talk to you. You talking about I ain't never been. I want you to go, and the same with me too, because I plan on
okay.
going back to Texas. The next thing that we're gonna declare before I get to the next favorite is OU Texas. This Cotton Bowl. It's always at Jerry's World. That is a game that I'm definitely
It's not at
considering
Jerry's
going to.
World.
It's not. I thought it was.
The Cotton Bowl is not Jerry's World.
No. They call it. I'm sorry. No. I'm not. I meant to say that it is the Cotton Bowl game, but they relocated the game. I thought they
No.
relocated it, so it's still there.
They renewed the contract. They renewed the contract until like 2030 or something like that.
Okay. I thought that the contract was up at one point. That's what I
It
thought.
was. It
Okay.
was. But
Okay.
no,
So
they renewed the contract at the Cotton Bowl. Thank
I'm
you.
not. Yeah, because I was. There was talk
Do
of it
not
being
move that. Do
relocated
not
to
ever
Minnesota.
move that out of the Cotton Bowl. I don't care how long that stadium has to be there rotting. I don't care.
Yeah,
Keep it
that
there.
stadium is
Keep it
electric
there for that game. And
for
that's it.
sure.
I don't care. Keep it there.
For sure. I love that. But listen, you got to go to an OUT Texas game. I'm going to go to one. So I'm declaring it here. Laci, Chris, we're going to make it happen.
Yes.
Let's say that. Okay.
It's got to happen.
No.
I need to go.
Now, favorite place you ever traveled to?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Why, thank you.
Probably Colorado. I know that sounds like super basic, but the mountains of Colorado in the winter in like February, it was absolutely gorgeous. I was able to go up Pikes Peak and go all the way up to the tippy top of Pikes Peak. It was an amazing, like, that was such an amazing experience. Don't knock it till you try it. It like such an amazing experience. But like internationally, probably Jamaica.
Okay.
Jamaica was amazing. I really enjoyed Jamaica.
Now, when you went to Jamaica, was that like a class trip, family trip? What trip was that?
No. No, it was a family trip. We were just going on vacation. But one of the things that we always did growing up was actually the best friend that I was telling you that I went to the Hoodie Allen concert with.
Mm-hmm.
I've known that girl since we were like 4. We actually ended up going to UT together. And so we'd known each other pretty much our entire lives. And so our parents are also best friends and also like really good friends. And so we would plan like family trips where we would all go on vacation together. Like we've all been on a cruise together. We've all been, we went to Jamaica together. We've been to South Padre Island together. Like we've gone on plenty of like family vacations with like all of us.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we were able to go to Jamaica and all of us were able to go. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool.
I love that. I'm going on a cruise myself in October with my family. Should be pretty fun. It's my first cruise.
Where are you
that I've ever-
going?
So it's MSC Cruises. So Cozumel is the
Mhm.
first stop. So it's going to be the islands, Mexico. Um, damn, I don't even know all the places. I just know it's a week-long cruise. That's what I know. Uh,
Dang, y'all are gonna be
yeah,
gone for a minute.
yeah. We're gonna be
They're
going for
so fun though. They're a
yeah.
lot of fun.
It's
Go
my
on the
first one.
excursions. Do an excursion. I don't care where you do it or what you do, but go on an
That's the plan.
excursion.
That is the plan. I'm looking at
I've
the list
swam with
right now.
stingrays. I swam with stingrays.
Okay, hell no. No, hell no. We ain't gonna do that. We do some zip
Like,
lining, maybe some ATV stuff, maybe something like that.
no,
But
I'm telling you, that was insane.
I
It was
bet it will.
absolutely insane.
Okay, I like that. That's what's up. This next question has to do with sports.
Okay.
Which of your favorite sport would you like to watch on TV, and what is your favorite sport to watch in person? It could be the same sport.
Ooh. Are we talking just like big three or are we talking like any sport?
Any sport.
Any sport?
Hmm.
Um, honestly, I love watching softball. I really, really do. I love watching softball. I played softball, so it's like I love the energy that comes with softball. It's so much more of a quick game than baseball is. It's
Sure.
so much quicker. They have so much more energy. The girls are just so athletic and so amazing. And I just get so like, I love watching softball. And honestly, I love going to softball games too. Like softball games are really, really fun. I love watching football games on TV and I love going to games too. I will say I do think that sometimes I do prefer watching the games at home.
Sure.
I feel like a lot of people probably feel that way. Like you go
Yep.
for the experience, you go to be like, "Yay, I went to the game, like I was there, like hook 'em, whatever." But half the time, like I'm one of those people that comes home and rewatches. I come home and rewatch the broadcast anyways. So it's like,
Right.
what was the point of that?
Yeah. Stadiums are too big. Tickets are too expensive, and then when
They're
you try to sit,
loud, it's hot.
it is. It
It's
is.
hot. And I'm in South Texas, Central Texas, but in the southern part of Texas, it's hot as Satan's testicles out here, man. Like it is freaking hot. It is hot, bro. Like it is
I feel you, dear. I do. That's
like
hella
it
hot
is
too. That's very hot, by the way.
God. It is so gross. Like I went to the Kansas game last season. I wore a tank top and some shorts.
And you were sweating your ass off.
When I tell you
Mm.
my clothes, and I was with my friends too. So like all of us, all of our clothes were
Hmm.
drenched because the thing
Yeah,
is a lot of people
I'm
don't
looking at
realize that yeah, it's hot at 98, 99 degrees, but it's hot as hell whenever it's 98, 99 degrees at 80 to 90% humidity.
facts. Facts on that. I don't listen. I'm gonna tell you this.
Disgusting.
I
Absolutely
think
disgusting.
I think if I was to go to a Texas game, it probably would be later in the year.
Make sure it's
Because
a night game.
right, and that too. No
Ugh.
question about that. But definitely later in the year. Not so much of like August or September. It has to be like November.
Texas
Like
OU. Texas OU is a really good one to go to because it's early October. So it's starting to not be as hot. And it's typically, I mean, now that we're in the SEC, they made it a 2:30 game, but typically it's been an 11 a.m. game. And 11 a.m. games typically haven't been that bad.
right. No doubt. No question about that. Like I said, I'm keeping that in mind for sure. The last of the favorites. Favorite restaurant you've ever ate at?
Ever?
Yeah. Favorite restaurant you ever ate at?
Man, that's I not good with decisions. I okay. It depends on what we're talking about because it's like, are we talking
Give me a breakfast one because I'm huge into breakfast.
breakfast? My favorite breakfast. Mm. In Austin?
Yeah. In Austin or any place that you could think of.
I feel like the most famous answer is probably Kirby Lane. It's a
Mm.
really, really good breakfast place. It's one of those places that's open 24 hours. It's all night.
Oh my. Okay. Mm.
Yeah.
I like those kind of
Well,
spots.
it was. I don't know if it is anymore post COVID. So
Right.
don't get me lying on that. But they are like famous for their Kirby queso. Their queso is really, really good. They had some cinnamon roll pancakes that were to die
Ooh.
for.
Ooh.
Fire. They were so
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
So, so good. I'm hungry.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, that's
You're making me
dope. I love
hungry.
that. Now, mind you, this next question has to do with your podcast. I want to know how many days do you normally do your podcast? I know you do it later tonight, but what is the kind of things that you talk about? How long do you normally go? And like, yeah, just pretty much what is the topics that you cover? How long did you go? And who came up with the name Laced Up?
I did. Well, I technically my Nana did. I was sitting there I was telling her about like me wanting to start a podcast and everything. And we were sitting there talking and she was like, "Ooh, what about lace them up?" or something like she was like, "What about lace them up?" And I was like,
Okay.
"What about laced up?"
Yeah, I like that.
Like
I like that.
it was one of those she bounced the idea and I guess both of us kind of came up with the name technically. I don't really
Okay.
know if like I'm going to fully take credit for it, but I want to give her credit for it, you know?
Sure.
But no, so it's every Monday night. We are on every Monday. We're on 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We typically go about an hour, give or take. Sometimes we go over, sometimes it's less. Just really depends
Okay.
on what moods we're in. Honestly, depends on it's Mondays. So like whenever we sit and do these on Mondays, it's a Monday. And
Hmm.
it's the end of the day and you're like, Ugh.
Right,
It was
right.
one of
And
those days.
it's summertime too, so it can't be a
Yeah.
whole lot of that, a whole lot of stuff y'all talk about.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like it does get hard to kind of conjure up headlines, conjure up things to talk
Hmm.
about,
Hmm.
luckily Texas is killing it on the recruiting trail so far, doing well on the recruiting game. Um for the for the 2025 and the 2026 season. So
Sure. Sure.
that's just going to seem to be continuing to heat up. Once we start getting into summer, that's just that much closer to, we're just that much closer to fall camp.
I like that. Well, darling, let me ask you this. But I want to get into some Texas football with you. I'm a huge diehard fan of football, period. My favorite team is the Bulldogs. Coming from Atlanta to here, I love me some UGA. But Texas football is going to be one to me is going to be one of the top teams of this year. That's probably saying the obvious. It's probably like equivalent to me saying I'm gonna wake up black tomorrow. You're gonna wake up white. So, but simple as that, right? Texas is going to have a good season, but there are a couple matchups that I want to get your expertise on, and one of them is that first early matchup when they got to go to Ann Arbor and play the defending champions, Texas versus Michigan. How do you think that game is going to play out?
Ooh, I think it's going to be a very, very good game. I think a lot of people are automatically discounting, teams like Michigan and Alabama because of what they lost. Um, but I don't think Sharon Moore came in and
Did a hell of a job.
they
Hell of
did
a job.
fine. Like no issues. He had no problems on the field, no problems off the field. Like he came in, did what he had to do. They won their games. That's all I know of Sharon Moore. So like I just know that he won. Like
Right.
how am I going to sit here and say like, oh, they're automatically going to be this or that? Because like, do I think that they may take a step back and not be national champs next season because of what they
Oh
lost?
yeah.
Yeah, sure. You lost one of the greatest head coaches. You lost JJ McCarthy. You lost so much. Like you lost your star running back. Like you've lost a lot.
Right.
And
Right.
so like, do I think you're going to take a step back? Sure. Yeah. Do I think that Texas is going to continue to take a step forward? Yeah. We're the only team that was in the college football playoff with a returning coach and a returning quarterback. So, I mean, that's
That's an
in
early
our
test.
favor. That is in our favor. That
It is.
doesn't.
It's an early test, girl, for that team. It's an
Oh,
early
for
test.
sure. And that's exactly what I'm saying is I think it's going to be a very, very, very good game. I think it's going to come down to which, because obviously we know what the Michigan secondary is going to be capable of. That is a very, very talented secondary. That is a
No
very
question.
veteran
That's where I
secondary.
was going. I was going there. Yes.
That is a very, very veteran secondary. So I think it's going to come down to how our offense is going to fare against their defense. Because I do think that our back end, while not as good as Michigan's, I will say, I do think that Sark came out of that Washington game and immediately upgraded the back end of that defense.
Well, he had to. I mean, he had to.
Exactly.
Penix Jr. definitely went to work on that secondary. No question about it.
I will also point out the thing is though is you look back at the Washington game, we weren't that out of sorts on the back end. It looked crazy because he was nickel and diming us because he was just putting it in the basket every single time.
Right.
But I think that just gives more credit to Michael Penix Jr. because of how surgical he was able to be. Because like I said, if you look back, we weren't super late. We weren't getting hella burnt. We weren't like it. We were in position. He was just able to drop it right into the basket.
He was precise. He was very precise.
He was being very, very, very precise. And then he goes and plays freaking. Then he goes and plays freaking Michigan is missing wide open receiver. Anyways.
Right. So, like I said, I do think that's an early test for sure. Obviously, Georgia coming to Texas is going to be a very, very interesting game. Now,
I'm not leaving my apartment.
I feel that
weekend.
Neither
unless
am I.
I'm going to the game, I'm not leaving because
you better goddamn FaceTime me. If you at the game, you better FaceTime me because I know
honestly I probably won't even go to that game just because I don't think anybody understands how horrible that weekend is going to be in Austin. It is not only the Texas Georgia game, it is also the F1 race at the Circuit of the Americas. So people come internationally for these races.
It's going to be stupid busy is what you're saying.
The traffic is going to be absolutely insane. And I live too close to downtown to deal with it.
Okay, stay at home. Yeah, stay at home. Yeah, but still, when Georgia does win that game, it's okay to FaceTime. It's okay. It's okay to do that. I'm just saying. Hold on. No disrespect now. Your face changed when I said that. No disrespect. I respect Texas now. Georgia's going on the road facing Sark. Sark and Kirby are two of the best head coaches in college football. But we are talking about Georgia now. I mean, this is a team that's won.
It's also a team that lost to a team we beat at home by 10.
This is true. But they've won the last 2 of the 3 national championships.
You're right.
If I'm not mistaken. So,
you're right. But that was those championship teams. That wasn't last year.
That was not. And this year is going to be different. It's going to be different.
You did make history, though. I think y'all were the first ever number 1 to completely drop out of the top 4.
Well, we did. And listen, Alabama was a very, very good team. Very good team. Now,
but I do remember distinctly hearing after Texas beat them in Tuscaloosa by 10.
Talk to me.
I do distinctly remember hearing everybody sitting here saying, "Oh, well, that's not the same Alabama. That's not the same Nick Saban Alabama." Me. You know what? It may not have been the same. It may not have been the same Nick Saban Alabama, but he was still in the college football playoff.
No, that's disrespectful.
He was still competing for a national championship game. What are we even talking about?
Those are trolls that you were listening to. Now, when Texas beat Alabama, I thought they were real. No question about it. I thought they were real. I thought they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. They stayed at that 5-6 range for the majority of the season because I believe they had a bad loss with Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I might be wrong, but I think they lost to Oklahoma. So
They did.
that was their only bad loss that I
Yes.
thought of the season. But they were deserving to be in the playoffs. I mean, if you do the actual analytics of the 4 teams, they're deserving. Because I believe they won the Big 12. They were a champion. Georgia was not. They won
By a insane margin.
Right.
We beat that ass.
Yeah. It was belt to ass. That's what I say, belt to ass. So no question about it. Anybody who's a real fan knows what the hell time it was with Texas football. That's why I said this year, those are the only 2 matchups that I think like, ooh, they can cause for pause, right? Ann Arbor and Georgia. Now, with that being said, the SEC is going to be tough anyway because of the addition of teams. It's going to be tough.
You're also renewing 2 rivalries.
They are.
You're renewing because Texas got to go back to Fayetteville.
That's right. Arkansas.
Texas also has to go to College Station.
Do you think that Texas will be in trouble losing either one of those games? Because I don't.
It's not that I think that we aren't a better team than them.
Okay.
I think those are very emotional fan bases when it comes to Texas. I think that renewing this rivalry is going to mean a lot to those fan bases and to those head coaches, especially, Mike Elko in year 1 beating Big Bad Texas. Like, imagine what that's going to do for Elko's career, and especially if there's a playoff spot on the line. It's not that I don't think that Texas isn't the better team. I think that there are more. I think that we need to give more credit to teams that could still cause us some fits. Whether we win or not is kind of besides the point.
Well, okay. Okay, here's what I'll say to that. Because both of the games that you just mentioned about the rivalries, they play on the road. So they go to Arkansas and they do go the Kyle Allen Field in Corpus Christi. I definitely understand that.
College Station.
Is it?
It's College Station. They wish they were on the beach.
Oh, I thought it was Corpus Christi. I'm so sorry. My bad.
They wish they asses were on the beach.
Well, listen, I know I would if I was in Texas, but yes, College, absolutely right. But I believe it's going to be there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Both of those games are on the road.
So I can totally understand what you're talking about as far as the advantage of being emotional, as far as slippage, as far as, teams are getting up to give.
And both of those are later in the season. Sorry. Both of those are later in the season too. So both of those could have playoff implications,
Oh, yeah. Well, Texas A&M is the last game of the season, of the regular season.
Exactly.
Right? So no question about that. I just think that if they can get by the 2 tests of Michigan and Georgia, it's probably going to be smooth sailing for them. I definitely think Arkansas, probably can put. I think Texas A&M can put more of a scare than Arkansas, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
It's in-state rivalry.
I agree,
and no question about that. Now, Arch Manning, is he going to see time on the field, or is he still going to be in a backup type role?
Well, he's still a backup, so he's still going to be in a backup type role, but I do hope that we have the type of high power offense to where we will start seeing more of Arch Manning. We will start seeing Quinn sit out 4th quarters, type shit. So I do hope that with the way that this offense seems to have improved even from last year. We talk about how we're going to replace, Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell, JT Sanders, Jordan Whittington, guys like that. You bring in Isaiah Bond. You bring in Amari Niblack, who is a physical freak, by the way. You bring in, on the back end of the defense, you bring in an Andrew Makuba. You bring in guys that have proven to be physical, proven physicality, proven toughness. You bring in those types of guys because the environments that you're going to be walking into in the SEC. Yeah.
Without question. You're going to need some dogs. You're going to need some dogs, and you definitely going to need Sark to be on his A game. He's an offensive wizard in my mind. No question about it. And he's at the
I want to
perfect
see
spot.
pre-snap motion. I love when Sark gets sassy like that. I love it. I call it sassy Sark because he does. That's when you know he's really feeling it. Is when you start seeing that diamond formation in the back. Whenever you start seeing that pre-snap motion moving Jay Witt down the side, like whenever you start seeing that, that's when you know that offense is about to start humming.
I feel it. Okay. What is your thoughts about the expansion of the playoffs coming?
I like it. I think that with NIL and the transfer portal, it's already kind of started to breed a little bit more parity. That's words. LOL.
I got you.
I have a UC education, I swear. But
okay.
But no, I just think that with adding NIL, with adding the transfer portal and everything, you've really started to see a lot more parity in the sport. Missouri on the come up, Florida doing well. I feel like that's a bad example.
Yeah. Come on now. The Gators
that's kind of a bad example. Ole Miss. There we go. That's a better example. Ole Miss is a decent example. When you're talking about NIL, they're utilizing the portal in the way that they need to. Ohio State, Texas, whenever you're looking at programs that are actually really, really, really able to take advantage of NIL and the portal, that's when shit gets really fun.
Oh, no doubt. No question.
And don't get me wrong, I think like I said, I really enjoy the parity that you are starting to see in the sport. And I think that adding a 12-team playoff is just going to breed even more than that because it goes to any given Saturday. It goes to that number one team may be the number one team all the way up until the freaking top four. You get to that top four and that, say a freaking 8 seed comes in and just gets the perfect little lane and does what they got to do. I think I'm excited to see that it's not going to be Alabama every year. No offense, it's not going to be Georgia every year. It's not. You may see dynasties. You may see teams that go on their runs and everything. I think Texas is setting up very well to be very, very good for years to come.
They are.
So, I'm excited to see where these programs are able to build, but I'm almost even more excited to kind of see where the other schools and everything start to kind of play into that as well.
Yeah, you're going to see some of the other conferences as they've consolidated to the other conferences. You're going to see some of these smaller schools get opportunity, which is great.
Utah, Arizona, teams like that normally wouldn't be able to have much access to those types of lanes because you end up running into a Georgia or you run into a Michigan or you run into a Texas or you run into an Alabama,
or even their own division because the importance of the games, like every single game now, you're like, damn, the Pac-12 got to go undefeated for them to even get some time, right? Because they're running into their own teams. Yeah. Now it's like, okay, you got 12 teams. You know you're going to have some division winners in there. But now you got teams that don't have to worry about, well, damn, if I don't have to go undefeated. Or I don't have to have one loss. Yeah. Or now, which loss is bad? Which loss is good, right?
Which loss is better than the other?
Right. You know what I mean? So I love it. I do love the 12 team. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to set up more importance. Fact of, okay, you know what? We got to beat this team by this much. We got to beat this team by this much. But at the same time, it's like if we have a damn good record, if we win 11 out of 12 games, we should get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But we win 10 out of 12, we should get into the playoffs, which I think personally, I think Texas is going to win about 11 or 12 games in my mind. No question. You're raising your eyebrows to me, dear. You must have a different number in your mind.
No, not at all. I just like hearing it from other people.
Oh, okay. So you believe that? Okay, so I
just like hearing belief in my team from other people because I'm so used to everybody fucking hating all the time.
Well, I mean that's trolls. I'm a realist when it comes to this sports. I like to talk about my team. I love the Georgia Bulldogs, but I'm not going to say that we're going to definitively kick y'all ass when we come down there. I would
That's
like
going to be a good game.
Good game. It's going to be a good game. But I can't be like, well, damn, Texas is going to be 5-7. I mean, that's dumb. That doesn't make any sense.
Shit. That's hater shit.
If you look at their schedule, like I said, the Michigan game, that's early in the season. You can possibly get the defending champions early in the season. Mm-hmm. Then you have the emotional games towards the end, but they would have been playing football. They would have developed some kind of chemistry. Maybe they also would have made adjustments with some injuries, because we know.
I was just about to say injuries are plaguing at that point. So
right. So they would have made Sark would have made those adjustments by then. Now Georgia's in the middle of the season, but it's in Texas, so that's going to be a good game. But outside of Georgia and Michigan and those two possible rivalry games, you look at the rest of the games. They play Vanderbilt. They're in the East. They play Vanderbilt. They play Kentucky, Florida. Come on now, they're gonna belt to ass all those damn teams. It is what it is. They're gonna belt to ass all those teams and give them the Joe Jackson ass whooping that Joe Jackson would give MJ. So I'm just trying to tell you. All right. So I believe in Texas for sure. Do I want them to beat my Bulldogs? No, but it is possible. It's very possible that it can. And, we'll have to wait and see on that. But I do like your team to make it to the playoff and make it a deep run into the playoffs, because they're one of the best teams in college football. Can't nobody else say that. Can nobody else not say that, is what I should say. But now we've come to the portion of the show where we need this or that. Okay?
Oh, God.
So now what we're going to do, we're going to throw two things at you, and you got to choose one or the other. Are you with me?
Okay. I'm with you.
Here we go. Popeyes or KFC?
Popeyes.
Girl, I know we are kindred spirits. I know we're going to. I know it. Okay, I'm with you.
Popeyes.
We off to a good start. Do you eat chicken wings?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Flavors, barbecue or lemon pepper?
Lemon pepper.
Wet or dry?
Like the flavor lemon pepper, wet or dry, or just in general?
Like your wings. Do you like them wet or dry?
Dry.
Okay. With your wings, do you like them bone in or boneless?
I like my nuggets. I like my boneless nuggets.
Okay. Girl, well, I know we kindred spirits. You eat them with a fork?
I know.
You eat them with a fork?
Huh?
Do you eat them with a fork? Those boneless wings? And you dip them?
I have nails. Yes, I eat it with a fork.
Listen, I like to get messy at
I'm not
times.
trying to be like,
I understand.
I'm not trying to do all that.
I feel you. Listen, I like to get messy with my wings. I totally understand. No judgment here. I eat it with a fork too when I eat boneless wings. But when I eat my bone-in wings, I get messy. So that's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
Okay, here we go. These next four have to do with music concerts you'd rather attend. Okay, so here we go. Which music concert would you rather go to? Drake or Kendrick Lamar?
Honestly, probably Drake.
Okay. All right. No judgment here. I would choose Kendrick. So I'm with you on that.
I love both though. I do love both. I don't really give a shit about the beef. I like both.
I love them both too. You're absolutely right. Here we go. Which concert would you rather go to? J. Cole or Lil Wayne?
Oh, that one's good.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Wheezy.
Okay. I like that. I like the
Probably
fact that
Wheezy.
Okay, I'm gonna be different. I'll say Cole, but it's very, very close.
That's a really close one. But close. Yeah, probably Wheezy.
Okay, here we go. Which music concert would you rather go to? Would you rather go see Jay-Z or would you rather go see Kanye West?
Well, I've seen Kanye, so Kanye.
Okay. So me too, no doubt. I'm with you on that.
I saw Kanye after graduation.
Okay. So that was what album did he do after that? 2017.
That was
St. Pablo. Was that the St. Pablo album?
Something like that, yeah. Maybe.
Okay, that's the one where he had the waves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right. Which concert would you rather go to? Would you rather go see Luke Combs or Luke Bryan?
Luke Combs.
Wow. Okay. Okay. I love me some Luke Combs. I'm not a huge country person, but if you say Luke Combs, I'm there. No
No,
question.
Luke Combs for sure.
Okay. I'm rocking with you.
For
Which
sure.
sport would you rather play? Basketball or baseball?
Baseball.
Okay. Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Hockey or football?
Football.
Okay. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Bowling.
Are you a good bowler?
Sometimes. Depends on if I have my nails on or not. I be
Okay.
breaking my thumbnail.
I feel you. I feel you. Okay. So do you need the
I'm
bumper?
competitive though. I may not be good at everything, but I'm competitive as hell.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Dominoes or spades?
Ooh, dominoes. I
You know
love
how
me
to
some
play some
dominoes.
you know how to play some bones.
I
Come
so
on now.
growing up, my best friend's mama taught us how to play spades and dominoes.
Did you just
So
say mama? Did you just say that?
it's her mama, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's a little different. I ain't gonna lie about that. It's a little different. That I'm thinking that's grandma as in
Yeah,
mama, right?
yeah,
Okay, say less. Say less. Listen, I
yeah.
gotta get with the lingo, okay? I'm getting with the lingo. Here we go. More for this or that. Do you like desserts?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna throw 4 desserts at you, and you have to eliminate one of these that you'll never eat again. Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
First one is ice cream. The second one is cookies. The third one is candy. The last one is cake. Which one are you getting rid of?
Okay. So ice cream, cookies, candy, or cake. What
Yep.
kind of candy?
Any kind of candy, chocolate or gelatin, doesn't matter.
I have to get rid of it.
You can't eat it ever again.
Probably ice cream.
Oh, hell no. What?
I'm more of a frozen yogurt girl, anyways. I like the fruity flavors. I'm much more of a sour candy, fruity type
Me
girl than
too.
like chocolate.
Me too. Me too. So here's okay. I'm gonna be totally transparent with you, Laci. I've never had frozen yogurt.
I mean, they have like more decadent frozen yogurt flavors too. I like the texture of frozen yogurt better. And
Your face so totally changed when I said I've never had frozen yogurt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've never had frozen yogurt. But
I like the texture of frozen yogurt better than I like the texture of ice cream.
okay.
So,
So let me ask you this: do you like potato chips?
yes.
Okay, same concept. I'm gonna throw 4 brands out there. You got to get rid of one of these. You'll never eat again. So here we go.
Okay.
Ruffles is the first one. Lay's is the second one. Doritos is the third one. Pringles is the fourth one. Which one are you getting rid of?
You picked some nasty chips. Can I get rid of more than just one?
What? What chips you be eating?
Literally everything but those.
Oh, you better not
I'll
say
keep Doritos. I'll keep
Okay.
Doritos, but Doritos, Cheetos, Funyuns. There are so many chips. Fritos. There are so many chips that are better than Ruffles
I know damn well you did
and
not say Funyuns.
Lay's.
You didn't say Funyuns over goddamn Ruffles. Funyuns over Ruffles?
Yes. Yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. I'm gonna let
The
that shit
flaming
sit.
hot Funyuns, are you joking?
Like, hell to the no. I'm with you on
Okay.
Cheetos. I'm with you on Cheetos. But you just said Funyuns over Ruffles. The greatest chip ever made was sour cream and cheddar Ruffles.
I mean, sour cream and cheddar is good. They're fine, but
Anything barbecue is got except Lay's. Lay's, I would have got rid of Lay's out of those 4, to be honest with you. Come on now. Barbecue
no,
chips
Cool Ranch
over
Dorito, Cool Ranch Doritos are goaded. The sweet and spicy nacho Doritos are goaded.
I can't argue with that. I
The
can't
purple,
argue with
the
that.
purple bag of Doritos.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one. That shit is good. That shit
Mhm.
is good. But you listen, okay, so we just on opposite ends on the goddamn Funyuns because I'm
Yes,
like, oh my goodness. Okay.
yes.
All right. Here we go. That's fine. That's
People
fine.
will agree with me. I'm just letting you know.
And the other 50% won't. So I'm totally with you on that. I'm with you on that. Okay. Which is awesome.
I'm right.
You are. You half right. You're right. You're half right. And I totally agree with that. This is the last, this or that before I get to this question. Which concert would you rather go and see? Okay. And this is a hypothetical one because both artists are gone. Tupac or Biggie?
Pac.
Yeah, you
I gotta
definitely
go with Pac.
you definitely gonna be a bestie of mine. That's for sure. Definitely a bestie. For showing up because we gotta be kindred spirits. I'm West Coast, so I'm going with Pac too. So no doubt. But I feel you on that.
My head coach loves him some Pac. He's a West Coast dude. So
There you go, West Coast, no doubt. And shout out to Biggie. Biggie's good, but I love Pac.
yeah, shout out to Biggie.
No question. All right, so here we go. If Laci was not involved in podcasting or sports, what career would she have chosen and why?
That's the wrong question to ask me right now. I have no clue.
What's some of your what like for me it would probably be theater. I would have pursued theater because I love acting, I love plays, I love musicals.
Probably singing. I enjoy singing. I really like to sing.
Now hold on, can you like sing on key or like you one of those car singers, shower singers?
No, I'm decent. I'm not like I can carry a tune.
Okay. I like to sing too. That's why I asked. So okay, I'm with you on that. What is some advice that someone has gave you, whether it's about podcasting, whether it's about sports or life advice that you hold on dearly to?
Ooh. I think it's one of those cliche ass quotes, I guess.
Of course it is.
The lion doesn't concern herself with, or the lioness doesn't concern herself with the opinions of sheep.
Wow.
You know, like just trying to that's kind of something that I'm really trying to hone in on and focus on is blocking out negativity, blocking out all of the haters, all of the people that are sitting here just being mean, being nasty for just no reason, and just not even concerning myself with their opinions because their opinion, like they don't even have the gall to show their face on the internet. So why am I going to sit and feel some type of way about whatever they're saying about me, you know? So I think that's something that I'm trying to really, really put into use right now.
No, I feel that. I mean, ain't no need to give energy to nobody who ain't worth your time or energy, right? So
No.
you know you're gonna have trolls because when you give takes and when you speak in the gospel, you giving it that 100, that truth. You know what I mean? When you are hitting people up on Twitter and you breaking down stuff, people are always gonna try to debate with you, combat with you. If you slip up and say something wrong, they're gonna be like a aha moment. All that type of bullshit is gonna be spewed towards you, right? They want they want your attention, and
Yeah.
you know you're talented. You know the work that you put in. You know the people that you're around. You surround yourself with good people. Normally, good energy is going to be reciprocated to you, and that's what something I had to learn too. Being a sports reporter, that everybody's not going to like the article that you write.
Yeah.
But I don't write for everybody to like my shit. I just write because I love to do what I do, and I love, and people are going to like it. So regardless of the people that don't, so I love that. You contribute as well. You're a contributor. If I'm not mistaken, you write. Do you write or do videos? What do you do as far as contributing to that site for Texas sports?
So for the only thing that I contribute to is High Top Sports. I am helping over at High Top Sports with their Texas edition, I guess. High Top Sports originally started as a Florida fan account. And they just wanted to kind of they've wanted to kind of build their own little community. They've wanted to kind of become the bar stool of like college sports.
Enough said. Okay.
Because you know, Barstool is for all sports. Barstool is for everything. You know, like Barstool isn't just one thing or another. Like Barstool is just Barstool. You know, so that's kind of what it's blown up to be.
Okay.
And High Top Sports wants to create a platform just specifically about college sports for as many programs and universities as they can. Right now, they have Florida, they have Oregon, they have, I believe, Georgia? Question mark. I'm actually not 100% sure.
I think they do. I think they do have Georgia.
I think they have Georgia and then Texas.
Okay.
Unfortunately, due to like some circumstances and everything, we haven't been able to post over at the High Top Sports Texas account in a minute. It's been a couple weeks since we've been able to jump on and be able to do something like that, but we'll get to it. It'll be coming out. We'll be contributing and we'll be posting more and everything. I think just with the slow season and everything, it's easiest now to kind of take your breaks and kind of, so we kind of picked it up at a bad time type thing. So
Sure.
once sports season and recruiting and fall camp and all that stuff starts to pick up, we'll have a lot more to talk about. So everybody listening and everything, make sure you go follow me over on Lacedupxpodcast over on YouTube, Hook'em Laci XOXO on Twitter. Go follow the High Top Sports Texas account over on YouTube. Subscribe over there. We post over there. I think that was it. Sorry, I just wanted to do like a little promo.
That's okay. That's all right. Do what you do. We'll get you out of here on these last two questions. Next question is about me coming down to Austin. I need some recs. I've never been to Austin, Texas before, but I would love to come down there. What is the first 3 things I should do when I touch down in the city of Austin?
Go to Terry Black's barbecue. That's a really, really good barbecue place in the city. I would rent a kayak.
Wow.
Rent a kayak on Lady Bird Lake. It's got a beautiful view of Austin. You get a view of the entire skyline from the water. It's stunning, beautiful, gives you such a breathtaking view of Austin. And then go hit up East 6th Street at night. That's what you should go do.
Okay. I like that. Now, when I do touch down at Austin, I might have to hit you up. Okay. No question.
I got you. I'll let you know the best places.
No doubt. No question. Now, with that being said, the last question is there anything else you would like to add before we conclude?
I don't think so. I really enjoyed talking with you, though. Like, this has been really, really fun just to sit and kind of shoot the shit. So I really appreciate you just having me on and just us being able to have some conversation and everything. It's been really nice, and I really appreciate it.
No doubt. And I appreciate you. You've been an excellent, excellent guest. I'm looking forward to seeing you down the line. I'm looking forward to seeing some of your more content that you do, your more tweets about Texas football and Texas sports in general. You take care and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. And we will definitely be in touch, my dear.
Thank you so much. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.